Hey everyone, how are you? I'm just leaving Pennsylvania. Visited some friends and family. Making our way back south. And it's Easter tomorrow. Happy Easter. I hope everybody had a wonderful Good Friday and a happy Easter. Texting and driving is clever, said no one ever. That's a good little riddle on the alert sign. The littles are taking a snooze. We went and got ice cream. We stopped at the park. We had a good time. We ventured, when we first got to PA, we ventured over to between PA and Port Jervis, New York, and saw some really interesting places. Lots of fun being able to stop and say hi to people in your family and in your friends. It's always a good time. And now it's time to get home. I have so much to do at home. So much to do. And yeah, it's really loud, but I know you can't hear. What about your headphones? Oh, okay. My middle guy, my teenager, can't hear in the left ear, so he's trying to figure out how to get his whatever he's doing on his device. So we're heading home, and I feel so much better because I had some iron infusions when I was up north. Next weekend, my son graduates basic training, and then he goes into the career training part of the Army, where he's going to be a what is he doing? Oh my goodness. You know, where you get dropped out of the military helicopters, and you're the ones with the weapons. Is it air assault? Because his goal is to become a ranger. Because that's why he wanted Fort Campbell for the ranger school. Oh my gosh, JJ, I can't remember what he's doing. This is what happens sometimes, guys. My mind, it gets worn down. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I was able to get a solid 8 hours of sleep. I'm lucky to get like a REM or two, And sometimes you just forget certain things. But that's so exciting. That's what I get to do next weekend. And everybody knows I grew up in a military family. I have a lot of friends that are, current active duty and former. My brother is actually on a tour right now. And I just can't thank our service members enough and their families, because the families are serving as well. And it just means a lot to me. And of course, I did not want my son, because it's different as a mama, right? But I am so grateful for everybody that protects our freedoms, and I'm so grateful for that. And I really look forward to what next weekend will bring. And I just wanted to chat. I figured, let me chat while I'm on my way home about so many different things that have been going on. See if there's anything that you guys want to chat about. Don't worry, I am not reading chat. It comes on I have a new vehicle that has a lot of these doodads and gadgets and things of, lane assist and self-parking, all that fun stuff. So I'm not literally looking at a device to read it. It comes on the smart thing, whatever it's called. How are you, Jude? Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? So I wanted to get your 2 cents, if you guys have any, on where do you suggest that I would go to learn more about the Summer Wells case? Because because I've spent a lot of time looking into it. I have a lot of characters down from the content creating side. I found I found a lot of things. I wrote a lot of stuff down. I reviewed a lot of Justin and Smiley Story World. The regular media news side is very wonky and very hard to get information. I watched when she originally disappeared, I watched all the mainstream interviews, right? I saw the Dr. Phil show and things like that. So I was just wondering if you guys have any other suggestions. Because I was very, pleasantly surprised that she is on the billboards in Nashville, and I think it's wonderful. Wonderful that she is getting attention as well for her disappearance, and I pray that, justice prevails, answers come, and Sebastian and Summer and every child, is returned home. But we all know Sebastian is the one that kind of pulled on my heartstrings to get me to actually really discuss anything to do with active investigations. But I care about all the kids, but it is what it is. We can only do what we can do. Sometimes it's not about the many, it's about the one. And if we can do something for one, you don't know the ripple effect that it can have on the many. That's what I try to think about anyway. Hi Deanna, how are you? Oh, it almost fell off. That was odd. I think Pennsylvania and Maryland are the most, well, maybe actually Ohio's kind of boring too to drive through. I try to take different ways to spice it up, but then I really don't like the busy highways. So I'd rather stay on like 81. They are really, really, really boring. Not much to see. And they go on forever. Pennsylvania is beautiful. There's lots of buggies. I believe it or not, I just had the car detailed and I got a car wash. And you would not know that by the windshield. Yeah, see, the thing keeps sliding. It's magnetic, but it's not staying in the thing. It's weird. Yeah, I definitely will, Lisa. Give me a buzz when you can and let me know what's going on. I'll definitely pray for Tom and for you guys. But yes, I've been trying to listen to more stuff to learn more about Summer's case and add it to my playlist of things to listen to. I've been binge listening to Allegedly Innocent. I think she's hilarious, and she's kind of my style because I like the psychology component of things. And she's, humorous, but she's very tactful and to the point. So I added her to the playlist. There's not much that I get. Like, I feel like, I don't know if any of you have been through this, but when you've had to remote work a lot, or you do a lot of driving and things like that, and you have to listen to a lot of stuff, right? You can't watch it necessarily, so you listen to a lot of things podcast style. There's only so much before you're so bored with it. I mean, I've listened to every Fear Thy Neighbor, every Dateline, 2020, the American 2020, Australian 2020. There's only so much, so many shows before you're just, blah. And that's why I like to listen to a lot of the YouTube stuff if I can find it. Because I'm out of regular shows. A lot of things aren't filming that much. Now, once the littles can talk, my daughter's starting to talk, I wouldn't really be listening to stuff as much. I'd be playing I Spy and tell me when you see a Florida license plate, like I did with my older boys. Oh, Deanna, I think it's so funny when she's like, Mama Boom Boom. Yeah, I listened. I hope she's feeling better. I heard her little show the other day. Was it 2 days ago? And, oh, she sounded like she was really not feeling good. She's definitely inspirational to me, where you can cover true crime and try to do it without, it's like a balance, right? It's hard because you don't want to sound that like you don't have any empathy or any care. You don't want to make a mockery of something, but you also have to bring, you know, people's spirits up too. You can't be you know, depressed and miserable, and it's like this fine balance. And I find when I watch her, it really helps me to learn how you can actually do both, so that you can discuss, you know, very unsettling and somewhat disturbing topics without making it all, you know, very, very depressing, right? And dark. In the right manner, you know, you can, it's hard to put it to words, but I think you guys know what I mean. And Lady Freedom's another one that I enjoy, the way that she's able to keep, you know, she does it with, you know, tact and empathy and a moral compass, but she also has, you know, some humor and, you know, positivity, and can kind of, you know, raise your spirit a little bit, your vibrations, and your, when you're talking about such, you know, awful, sad things. And if you guys are bored and you want to ride with me later, I will probably be back, because I don't know, I used to enjoy sometimes watching a friend of mine will drive and seeing a little scenery, but I'm going to give her a buzz back, and maybe I'll hop on and talk to you guys later. If you know any of the, if you have any suggestions, actually I need gas, let's get off here, for anything on the Summer Wells, please let me know if you can. And my email's 411ccn@gmail.com. I do have that, you know, Google secondary number. I don't have it memorized, but that's somewhere in the past live streams. But that would be fantastic. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday. You don't like tacos? You're hungry already?
No.
I was going to say, you just had your grilled cheese. Can you do me a favor, buddy? Can you hear me? Do you have your hearing aid in? Can you just end the live for me? Can you press the buttons on that? Thank you guys so much. I'll talk to you soon. Oh, that's not the right area, right? That's the right area.
What? There's a gas station.
Oh, gas is still pricey here, huh?